Going to be getting into all the Like a Dragon spoilers, so here's your spoiler warning. Yakuza Like a Dragon has its own summon system. In the middle of combat, you can call a friend for help using your smartphone.
I summon you!
These summons are part of the poundmates service. Let's rank them all with a tier list. Primarily ranking on animations and goofiness, but I might factor in their powers and how you acquire them a little as well. Starting with Plague of Pincers. So we get Nancy the Crawfish after her sub-story where you find her and save her from being eaten. It's kind of wholesome.
Nancy, you and I are gonna get on just fine.
I really like the Plague of Pincers just for how goofy it is. I love how Nancy stealthily drops onto enemies and leads a swarm of her crawfish friends, with Nancy going in for that critical nose clip. Chance to poison enemies as well as being a pretty good early game poundmate. Goofy summon sequence and wholesome backstory of saving Nancy from becoming someone's dinner. A tier. Demonfire Rain.
Need a hand from Onomichi?
Okay, this is an easy one to rank. I've been playing through the entire Yakuza series in the background for a while now, and this guy, the mad dog Goro Majima, is easily my favourite character across the entire series, and his poundmate summon kinda says it all. I love every part of the summon. Majima is randomly standing up there like Batman, music is badass, I recognise it from Yakuza 4, love his mad laugh, and there's even a woman screaming. His Japanese laugh has been iconic, but got to admit the English dub is pretty good too. Goro Majima, Naruto running down what I think is the Millennium Tower. Yakuza goes full on anime, and this whole sequence fits this character so well. He's just so over the top and insane, I love it. Chance to paralyze enemies, and it's my personal favourite summon, so S tier. Uncomfortably Numb.
Have you been a good boy?
Yes!
Well, the pleasure's all yours!
So we get this one after doing Mr. Masochist's sub-story. Naturally, due to the nature of this one, he can only be summoned for his shenanigans at night. Mr. Masochist inspires your pain tolerance and applies a buff to all party members that reduces damage taken for a few turns. Surprisingly, Mr. Masochist is really useful and helps you survive the strongest attacks in the game. And that's why I'm going to bump this up to A rank. Big Baby Blues.
Do you want your milk or maybe your toy? Are you feeling fussy?
I admit, this one had me laughing out loud. It is so ridiculous. This man baby throws a tantrum, and I love the way the sound waves of his cries has enemies paralysed and on their knees. This giant man baby having a tantrum is a truly horrifying sight and sound, lowering enemies' attack and defense. I think just for being the poundmate summon that got the most laughs out of me, I'm giving Big Baby Blues an S tier. Egg of Wonders. Not the biggest or flashiest summon, but quirky and charming, with Omelette the chicken flapping about a bit then shooting out an egg, which either recovers HP or MP. I like the little attention to detail with the egg visually representing what you've won, HP or MP. It's a bit unreliable because you don't know what you're going to get, and I found it doesn't really recover much of either anyway. I'm going to give Omelette a C tier. Guns of the Forefathers. I'm really glad I took the time to play through the Yakuza series before Like a Dragon. It made me appreciate little moments like this so much more. I love how we visually travel through the Tojo clan headquarters, which has been iconic through the series. Daigo summons the spirits of major Tojo clan players and just guns down enemies. You can buy this one with 50 Tojo clan badges, and it has a chance of silencing enemies. Love how enemies get sprayed with bullets, and yeah, glad I actually played the previous Yakuza games to appreciate this fully. S tier. If you're enjoying this, consider subbing to Peter Bytes or liking the video for more content like this. Cover lots of RPGs. You might like my Final Fantasy series where I'm replaying them all and ranking them against each other as I go. Thank you.
Here we fucking go!
Miracle donation.
Please, won't you help him? It's not working. Please. We need a miracle!
So after helping Megumi with her sub-story, she can be summoned for a miracle donation, which gives you quadruple the money you'd normally receive at the end of the current battle. Pretty useful ability for making money, but to be honest, I already made tons of money from doing the business management minigame. That said, really like the design behind the sequence with Megumi growing angelic wings. I'm gonna give her an A rank. Gary Buster Homecoming.
You want sudden death?
I remember Gary Buster Holmes from I think Yakuza 5. He's over the top, larger than life personality, and here he is pounding enemies with his spiked wrecking ball fists. Completely absurd, but also your first summon, with him introducing you to the poundmate system.
In service with the pounding.
Chance to turn enemies, I like him, he's over the top and memorable. A tier. Raging Tiger Cyclone.
Let's go. It's on now.
Straight away, love how Saijima rises out of a manhole and uses the cover as a weapon. It's like a little reference to Yakuza 4, where Saijima could sneak around the city and travel through manholes. I think the summon sequence does a good job of showcasing Saijima's raw strength, and the whirlwind of cars is complete insanity. I love how everything piles up as if it was some kind of crazy anime attack at the end. Chance to lower enemies' defense, but gotta give Saijima S tier just on animation alone. Raging Sumo Stomp. This sumo wrestler reminds me of summoning Titan in Final Fantasy. He's a sight for sore eyes, and his powerful stomps break up the earth. You unlock the sumo wrestler from doing his sub-stories, and he has a bonus chance to lower enemies' accuracy. He's alright, I mostly used him as an early game summon. B tier. Onomichi's Gift. I'm not a huge fan of the animation on this one. He just strikes a pose and doesn't do an awful lot. You get this summon through his sub-story, and while it provides a nice attack and defense boost for the party, the lack of any real action during the summon sequence is a letdown for me. C tier. Essence of the Dragon God.
If you want to die, step up.
It was so awesome to see the main Yakuza character, Kiryu, return in like a dragon. Love how this starts by jumping to the streets of Kamurocho, Kiryu ripping off his shirt, iconic across the entire series, and I love how his dragon spirit is visually represented with a physical form. Kiryu easily earns himself an S tier. Super Kitty Punch. Another really goofy summon with Robson the cat powering up into a tiger before swiping and punching enemies. You unlock this summon by doing the tasks where you rescue missing cats throughout the city. Chance to charm enemies, I kind of like it, it's a charming one. A tier. 100 Fists of Asura.
Now, who am I fighting today? Well, here I come.
Another character I was happy to see return, Masaru Watas, now as a captain of the Omi Alliance. I thought he was a pretty cool guy in Yakuza 5. Pretty sweet flurry of fiery punches, looks almost as if he's grown extra arms. It's a perfect summon sequence considering his back tattoo is of the Asura king that has loads of arms. Severe damage and chance to lower an enemy's attack, and another one you get with 50 Tojo clan badges. I think I can give him an S tier. Subzero Sonata.
사랑해.
This one is a little weird. We get a little sneak peek of this guy's upcoming movie, where two lovers announce their love in the cold, and everything freezes around them. I kinda like just how ridiculous and weird this is. Naturally, this has a chance of giving enemies a cold. Ironic, I've got a pretty bad one myself at the moment. I'm gonna give it a B tier. Splattergore Showcase. I like how messy it gets with G.I.-san chopping away at meat. Probably not one for vegans, but love the attention to detail with all the blood on the screen. He's got his Jason hockey mask. Just like his sub-story, it turns out he's actually a friendly butcher and offers some meat, but everyone's still terrified of him. Chance to fear enemies. I'll give him a B tier, I kind of like him. Kaiser Concussion. I thought this one was decent. I like how he smacks enemies with his burning back wheel and has a chance to leave them burning. Visuals are decent, I like the fire effects and the whole fire theme. You get the summon from completing his sub-story with his biker gang. I can just scrape it in as a B tier. Twin Dragon Crossfang. Xiao Kao Long, swinging his swords about, then does one flaming cross slash. One of the more serious summons. If you look at it frame by frame, you can see he sneaks out his second saber while his arm is off screen. I think I recognise the voice actor from Devil May Cry and Bleach.
I've come for my fresh meat. Nothing personal.
Not sure if the voice matches the character, and his sub-story becomes available quite a bit later in the game. Chance to leave enemies bleeding. I'm not a huge fan. C tier. Broth of Benevolence.
Here goes!
Kind of a basic one, she passionately chops up food, makes soup, and that's it. Restores the party's MP by a small amount, but still decent when you're low on MP drinks or tackling the Millennium Tower and need every bit of MP. C tier. That's been Yakuza Like a Dragon Summons Ranked. Let me know your favourite poundmate summon in the comments. Mine is definitely Demonfire Rain. When I play through Yakuza 8 there might be even more summons to rank, so looking forward to that. Have a good one.